What the? Are you freaking kidding me? Where'd you learn how to drive, you stupid mother? Pause. Take a long, slow, deep breath in through the nose and fill your belly. Fill your chest. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly blow it out like smoke. I'm Ed Hegan, a former New York City firefighter and a mindfulness meditation coach. And I teach people to deal with stress and find inner peace by understanding their emotions and learning to regulate their nervous system. And today's meditation is about recognizing our triggers. And recognizing our triggers can be a really powerful way for us to, instead of reacting negatively, angrily, or violently towards life, we can instead choose a healthy, grounded, and peaceful response. And that ability to choose our response reminds me of a quote by Viktor Frankl. Viktor Frankl was a Nazi concentration camp World War II survivor. And he wrote a book called Man's Search for Meaning. I highly recommend the book if you haven't read it. And Viktor Frankl has a quote that goes something like this. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. And in that space is the ability to choose our response. And within that response lies the keys to our freedom and growth. And it's such a powerful quote because it truly empowers us to recognize that we do have the ability to choose how we respond to challenges in life, to stressors in life, to anything in life. It's a fundamental freedom and a power that we can choose to exercise at any given time. But it may require some practice, especially if we're used to being in situations and environments in which we can get easily triggered, flustered, or overwhelmed. So pausing and recognizing where we're getting triggered, how we are reacting, and choosing a healthier response requires practice. And this is really important for our safety, our well-being, and for our health. Because if we are constantly reacting in a stressful way, we have stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline that are constantly coursing through our blood and our body and making us very reactive. And it reduces our immune system's ability to fight off disease and can just make us feel on edge and agitated. So by practicing the ability to be self-aware, to pause and choose a healthy response is a great way to practice self-care mentally, physically, emotionally. And it's a really great way to prepare yourself so when life does feel overwhelming, you have a tool that you can access where you can find a way to respond to life in a healthy way. But sometimes we're really not always aware of what's creating these reactions within us. So we might want to pay attention to the triggers. Maybe it is road rage. Maybe it's something about the environment that we put ourselves in. Maybe if we're driving and we're running late for something, we can feel stressed or overwhelmed. So can we give ourselves a little more time? Or maybe we're rushing and we're tailgating, and instead of tailgating behind somebody, we can slow down and just relax ourselves and not drive so aggressively. Because sometimes we're creating our own problems for ourselves. And the key also to practicing this level of self-awareness is to really be mindful that if and when you are triggered, it's your responsibility to choose a healthy response. And you can practice this by practicing pausing and taking a deep breath when you find yourself agitated, triggered, or overwhelmed. So let's practice this breath. This breath can be like a tool that you use. Just like you go to the gym to exercise your body, this is something that you can exercise and get good at. And it's a tool that you can use. So if you find yourself in a situation, you can call on this tool and use it to ground yourself and put yourself into a more relaxed and peaceful state. So this breath is a two-part breath. The first part of the breath, we breathe in and we fill the belly using the diaphragm. And that means that we draw the belly button away from the spine and make our fat little Buddha belly. The second part of the breath is filling up the lungs and expanding and bringing in more air. Then we're going to pause, and we're going to hold that breath for a few seconds, and then we're going to slowly release it. So let's practice that now. Exhale all the air out of your lungs. Inhale slowly through the nose and fill your belly. Fill your chest. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly exhale like smoke. Inhale slowly through the nose. Fill your belly. Fill your chest. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blow it out like smoke. Inhale slowly through the nose. Fill your belly. Fill your chest. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release. Keep breathing like that, but you don't have to do it in such a strict way. Just breathe into the belly. Breathe into the chest. Hold it for a few seconds and slowly let it go. And start to get into the default mode. So if you're feeling yourself being a little overwhelmed, you can do it, not in such an exaggerated way that it's so mechanical, but in a way that it becomes a normal way for you to breathe if you're feeling a little stressed out. And at the same time, you can focus on your 5 senses. If you're in a car, you can focus on what the steering wheel feels like in your hand. You can maybe listen to some meditation music, or maybe you can just look out and look at the horizon and see the clouds or the sun. What are you feeling? Are you feeling the sun in your skin? Are you seeing the cars pass by? Can you wiggle your toes and feel your toes inside your shoes? And can you just get more into your body, and instead of being reactive, like you're scared or afraid of something catastrophic happening, which is why we have that stressful reaction, can we remind ourselves that we're safe, that we're in control? Can we do a few deep breaths and just pause, ground ourselves, switch our bodies away from fight or flight back into a more restful state by controlling the breath? Can we practice this? And can we utilize this tool anytime we're feeling overwhelmed and stressed out in life? Now you can also notice, what am I feeling in my body? Where am I feeling it? Am I feeling anger up by the throat? Am I feeling fear in the chest? Am I feeling fear and scared in my belly? Butterflies, nervousness? What am I feeling? Breathe deeply. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. And blow that stress out like black smoke. Connecting with what we're responding to. Dropping into our bodies, connecting to our bodies, choosing to take a deep breath into the belly, choosing to become aware, and practice the awareness necessary to choose a healthy response instead of reacting is a powerful tool to stay in our power. And in this way, we can practice keeping our power centralized and grounded, so that we don't give it away to other people, places, situations, or circumstances, and allow ourselves to be taken away by the external variables, by other people. We stay in our power by choosing to pause, keep ourselves healthy, peaceful, and grounded, and then choose a healthy response to whatever the challenge is in life. Now, it's also important that we can acknowledge it, observe it. Remind yourself that we don't need to give our power away. We recognize we were triggered. I was just feeling angry. I was feeling a little overwhelmed. I was feeling scared. I was feeling upset. And as you breathe slowly, you can release what no longer belongs to you and let it go. You can also change the environment, like making sure you have some mellow music on. Keep yourself peaceful. Keep yourself grounded. Breathe deeply all the time. Limit your caffeine intake and the other triggers that you know are going to upset and overwhelm you sometimes. When we recognize that we can pause and respond to the challenges and the stressors in life in a healthy way, instead of reacting negatively, angrily, or aggressively, we can really practice the self-care necessary to change ourselves in a better way so that the quality of our lives is greatly affected. See, you have the ability to stay in power. You have the ability to stay calm. And you have the ability to create a more relaxed and peaceful life. So remember, practice this breath. Recognize when you're getting triggered. Pause. Use that tool of the breath and recognize that you have the power to change the quality of your life, that you are in control. Remind yourself that you are whole and complete and loved just as you are, and that you have the power to stay grounded, peaceful, and relaxed. I hope that helps. If you like this information, or you think there's someone who's stressed out and can use a tool to help them stay grounded and regulated if they're a little stressed out or overwhelmed, please share, like, and subscribe.